Crowd Pleasers podcast. Hello, my name's Mylon. I have been trying to start this idea since 2024, and it's been swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Oh no, she got burned out. Oh no, work got crazy. Oh no, there was a hurricane. Oh no, we have to reschedule. Oh no, she got sick. I don't know. There were so many things that came my way until I finally was like, Mylon, all you need is a mic and your computer, and it's go time. So here is Crowd Pleasers. What's with the name? I know so many people were like, I don't get it. Another girl with a podcast. Oh my God, we need one of those. Another one. And I hear you. I get the same way sometimes when I hear I just get the same way sometimes. I mean, there's people everywhere popping up with podcasts thinking that they have something to say. It's a lot of rambling and a lot of hearing themselves talk. And, you know, if it ain't for ya, it ain't for ya. But why crowd pleasers? Well, it's just another way for me to connect with y'all, talk a little bit more about myself, my interests. Some things are going to be a housewife related. I'm sorry, that's just what I like. Some things are going to be about music and like what I'm doing there. Some things are about my life updates, because we got a lot of those this new year 2026. Life update number 1. We moved to St. Pete. Woo, round of applause for me. It was on a whim. Intuitively, I felt like St. Pete was calling me for a long, long time. Did I get all my ducks in a row before I got here? You know, I want to say this time around, I kind of did. I love where I live. I love my apartment. I walked to the gym today. Like, that's psychotic. That's how you know you love your neighborhood and your community. If you're like, la, 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 like walking 30 minutes to go to Crunch. Wild. But yeah, I walked to the gym. Every house here is so beautiful. I like window shop houses. I'm like, I'm going to buy you when I'm 45. I'm going to buy you with, I don't know, hopefully whatever inheritance or whatever. Random. I don't have any inheritances lined up, but you never know, you know. But no, it's so beautiful here. Every time I've walked to Vinoy, I see a dolphin. I'm basically a dolphin whisperer now, even though they kind of freak me out sometimes. Yeah, I wanted to be like close enough to my family to where I'm an auntie now, so I want to be close to my nephew and close enough to where it's not like a crazy 2-hour I-4 drive from Orlando like it was for the past 4.5 years. So that's nice. I-4 is wild. If you're not a Floridian and you go on I-4, I'm so sorry. We have more to offer than what you experience traffic-wise on I-4. I don't even know what to say about it, besides thoughts and prayers and my apologies. Other than that, though, so yeah, moved to St. Pete was wonderful, a wonderful decision on my part. There's so much soul here. There's so much work for me here. That brings me to life update number 2. I am furloughed. Yep. When people are like, are you flying still? Are you employed with the airlines? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in like no man's land for a year. My company's bankrupt. Well, we're going through a bankruptcy. So hopefully we get our coin right. And I get a year of like summer vacation because I still get to keep my travel benefits, which is awesome. Which means I fly for free, even though it's on standby. But this year I'm definitely taking advantage of that because I've recognized in last year and the year before and the year before and the year before, because I've been a flight attendant for 6 years now, I have overworked myself. So I never really I never took advantage of it the way I should have. So this is the year 2026. But I'm sure people are like, what is crowd pleasers mean? I've been told through people that have watched me on social media, they're like, I don't get it. What are you trying to do? And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I've spent so much of my years as a performer and an artist and like a musician trying to make everybody happy, like singing the songs that the bride wants during her wedding, or pandering to like the jazz people and the soul people and the wait, sing a Johnny Cash song. It's like, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to sing about? What do you want to tell people about? That's what this is going to be about. So sometimes I'm going to throw in some housewife stuff. Sometimes I'm going to throw in some traveling stuff. Sometimes I'm going to go ahead and throw in what happened to me on the holidays, which was awesome. Honestly, this was like the first year I felt like I wasn't stressed. Like chronically, clinically stressed. So thanks, Santa. Yeah, for the holidays, we usually spend it with a family that like is basically family to us. They're family friends, but they feel like my second family. And we drank and we played White Elephant. Now, I have to talk about something regarding White Elephant because I recognize that like me and my mom play it very differently. And I'm like, are we just tone deaf? Like, are we not self-aware to see that okay, this is what happened. So we show up, and this is not the first year that we've done White Elephant with this family. They do it every year, and it's usually like a $30 gift. And what I failed to realize is that like, I don't know, the family that I grew up with, like we always do, there's a joke in everything. There's a bit in everything. Like there's a story to be told with everything. And this family is very, very playful. But as I was looking around and I was like, okay, my mom and I definitely brought the gag gifts. And then all the rest of the gifts were like really good. And I was like, damn, Mom, I think we're ruining the game for everyone. And she's like, no, that's how it's supposed to be played. And I'm like, I think that's how we play it, but I'm not sure if they like that. Like the only two funny gifts were like ours, which this is what I brought. I got a gift card to Chipotle. I was going to do Taco Bell, but I was like, I feel like Chipotle is a little bit more of an upper echelon gift card. And then I got a roll of toilet paper, a thing of wet wipes, and then a bottle of like Crown Apple. And as the person who was undoing my gag gift, literally the like look of just disappointment on her face, and I was just like, and she was hosting everyone, and I was like, damn, I gotta take that back. That sucks. But at least I got Chipotle and my own Crown. So yeah, I took mine back. And then the other person who got my mom's gift, they like, it was like an emotional support Prince doll or emotional support something doll. Uh, and it was funny, but it was like not, because it was the grandma that got it, and she's just kind of like, "What's this?" And we were like, I, yeah, I still think my mom and I are the only two that like we need to up our game next year. 2026, we're gonna do good. We're gonna do better. Um, so that was Christmas Eve. Then Christmas Day, so chill, which is what I needed because I've been. If you're a musician, this is like your busy time, and you're just like gig, holiday party, wedding, corporate party. Uh, it's a kind of a combo between two. It's like the gigs are wonderful. I'm so happy to be getting all the work that I've been getting, but your girl was tired. So I just kind of chilled all day. And then my brother, my nephew, my sister-in-law, and my family came over. It was basically my nephew's Christmas. Like, we all went ham for this boy. He better be like, bro, my family loves me, because we all went crazy. It was my nephew's Christmas. But it's so awesome, kind of like just being an aunt, and this is my first Christmas as an aunt, to where he just like playing with him and the new toys. He was just so joyful, and then you get to give him back and then drink and then maybe do other things, adult things that come in a gummy form. And then it was just really chill. And the food my mom made, she made crab legs and a filet. Well, my dad did the filet on his grill thing, but it was just so nice to be chill. And then after that, I left for Cocoa Beach to cat sit right on the beach, and I saw the most beautiful sunset. I almost cried. Honestly, I'll attach it to here. I put it on my TikTok already, but I was fangirling so hard. And then I looked around and I was like, Mylon, you're embarrassing yourself. Like, you should not be going, oh my God, to like a sunset that loud. But then I looked over and there was another person doing the same exact thing. And so I was like, we see each other. And then I watched Housewives. I saved it. Also, can we talk about Bravo? What are you doing? What are you doing? SOS. Why are you pausing the Housewives when this is the time for me to bulk up? I'm in hibernation mode. I'm in eat and chill. You should be dropping like the craziest parts now. And then I don't even know. So what did I watch? Oh, All Her Fault. Bro, that show had me screaming so loud at my television. I binged it in like a day. Basically, the whole premise, all you have to know from that show is basically it proved to me that I'm doing it right. The fact that I don't have children and I don't have a husband, it's like, yeah, I'm good. I feel like I'm the smart one here. Have fun. No offense. Some of you guys made smart choices. Some of you guys watch that show and then think to yourself, have I felt like these women are feeling as these characters are unraveling in their lives? And then get back to me. Let me know what decision you made for yourself. But no, that show is crazy. The plot twist at the end. So sorry to my neighbors, because we are kind of close. I know it sounded like I was having a C-section in here. Like, it was crazy. I was literally like, no, oh my God. No, so No notes, 10 out of 10. Such a great show. All right, I do have one note. Don't call women crazy, because one of the characters in there, they like, she was the crazy one, and it turns out she was right. And it was like, dang, women, stop doubting your own instinct, stop doubting your gut. Even I have done that a lot this last year, and I'm going to 26 being like, listen to your heart. No, All Her Fault had me in a chokehold. It still does. I might honestly rewatch it, because I feel like the lessons that it had were very I don't know. I feel like they just hit you and you're just like, whoa, if you're a woman watching that show. Anyways, but yeah, back to the Housewives, Bravos. Stop going on a holiday pause, because, like, Andy, your people aren't happy about it. But I digress. Salt Lake City. I also watched the episode 1 of Mary's, the TLC doc on Mary. There's a part of me that is like, yes, it's weird. Yes, it's culty. But kind of like, do I care? I know that's terrible to say. I know that's such a hot take. But no, that's why she makes such great television. She makes such great television, because she's literally like, yeah. And also, I'm sorry, but if someone is like, give me $5,000 because of God, and you can say no. You can say no. Jesus says it's okay to say no. I don't know. There's something about a cult that I'm like, there's something about a cult that I'm like, there's a part of me that is like, would I ever be a person who's like a good target for a cult? And there's a part of me that says yes, because I can be kind of like spiritual hippie vibes, but then I hit a point where I'm like, this doesn't add up. So I feel like I would get to the like, I would be like tier 2 in a 5-tier phase, and then I would be out by tier 2. I'd be like, oh, fake fish or something. Would I ever be a person who's like a good target for a cult? And there's a part of me that says yes, because I can be kind of like spiritual hippie vibes, but then I hit a point where I'm like, this doesn't add up. So I feel like I would get to the like, I would be like tier 2, or you're saying that you're in a cult, let alone it being a church like Mary's, where it's like, you can go, you are free to go, you may leave, as Meredith Mark says. But this season of Salt Lake City, untouchable. I also have no notes on that show, because every character is, I love them all. They are all friends in my head. But I do want to touch on one thing. I feel like Heather is not recognizing she lost credibility with us with the eye thing. I feel like she is talking about this plane situation, which it better show up at the finale, or else I will riot. And I know there's people that stand with me on this. Yes, I feel like Heather is like, the plane thing happened, and she's kind of like, where she's kind of almost acting as our earpiece of telling us like, this is really what happened. And it's almost kind of like, well, Heather, we tried to listen to you with the eye thing with Jen Shaw on what really happened, and you didn't tell us the truth with that. So we hope you're telling the truth, but we don't know. And also, I just love Lisa Barlow. She's also such good TV, even in their terrible moments. Like the moment she had when she was basically saying like, "I do it differently. I do life different. I'm on to bigger, better things." It's like, damn, Lisa, you are not making it easy for us to be your fans right now. But gosh darn it, is she funny to watch. And her one-liners and her crash out by the boat, chef's kiss. What an episode. So I'm so excited for that reunion. I honestly kind of don't really care. I feel like the fact that they're making it like we're so worried about Meredith, I think they're all getting a little too overthinky about it, which I can get guilty of too, Lord knows. But yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how this plays out because it's always just so entertaining. I do think Brittany deserves a snowflake next season. Um, and I saw that she was hanging with her kids for Christmas, which is wonderful. Um, and then, oh, also, speaking of Christmas, getting back to holidays, I had a gig with Ronnie D and the Superstars for, it was impromptu. I wasn't supposed to be working on New Year's Eve because I had a gig fall through. And Ronnie calls me up day before and he's like, "Hey, I know you're probably booked. I wasn't. So I went to Sanibel Island. It was an odd performance, but it was so much fun. So we had to perform for kids and like it was like a family dinner sit down from 5 to 7, and the people who had kids, that was their time to bring them all and do like a pre New Year's thing celebration. And he was like, they were wailing on their little horn things, their noisemakers, and he would like respond back with his saxophone. The guys in the band were phenomenal musicians, and it was just like, it was fun performing with kids. We played like freeze dance when you were like playing a song and then all of a sudden we stop and then they had to freeze along with their parents, and it was just, it was funny, it was silly, it was fun. We did have to change the words from Uptown Funk to "Oh Man" instead of "Hot Damn." But it was just really joyful in a really funny way. And then from 8 to 12, we performed for the adults. Um, and we had a lot of really cool people in that crowd. There was one girl who you can tell we made her like New Year's. She really loved live music, and she was like high-fiving us in the front and asking for selfies afterwards. It was a lot of fun. Where usually some New Year's Eve gigs, people eat dinner and they like kind of head out, and it's just like, wah, wah. But yeah, and I made great coin. So no complaints with Christmas or the holidays this year or New Year's. It was a good way to bring in really cool vibes. Yeah, and so I'm gonna be doing this now. This is gonna be crowd pleasers. I'm gonna have a couple guests on as I get a little bit better with this, and can't wait to get back to my Housewives, my Bravo. I'll touch on Potomac next episode because I have a lot of thoughts. And I hope to see you at my gig January 9th, this Friday, with the pop-ups. It's going to be so much fun. Do not miss it because we have a lot of tricks up our sleeve. So, bye-bye.